I'm a big fan of Apple Shortcuts. If you aren't familiar, it's a time-saving widget that combines sequences to generate a practical action. There are official Apple-created shortcuts and user-created ones too. Some shortcuts even use automations to activate, so you never even need to touch the screen. There are hundreds of shortcuts available in the Apple Shortcuts gallery. In this video, I'll walk you through some shortcuts that I feel seniors would benefit from. Thanks so much for tuning in to Ellen's Tips for iOS. If you find value in the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Shortcuts are now pre-installed on any device using iOS or iPadOS 13. If you're on an older version, you can download it from the App Store. It's available for your iPhone, iPad, and your Mac. I'll start with a few simple shortcuts that you might find useful, and if you stick around till the end, I'll walk you through a shortcut that will help keep track of all the books you've read during the year using the Notes app. Let's start by opening the Shortcuts app, and you'll see it located right here. If you don't see it, if you just pull down on your screen and start to search for it, it will appear, and then you can just tap on Shortcuts to open it. When I open Shortcuts, right now I'm in the gallery area where all of the Apple-created shortcuts and some user-created shortcuts are stored, and you can go through and search for different shortcuts that you might find useful. What we're going to do today is I'm going to create a couple of shortcuts and use some shortcuts that I've created for you. And all of the shortcuts, you'll find links for them in the video description. So if you're not seeing this sidebar here, I have my iPad turned in landscape mode, but if you're not seeing it, if you just tap on this icon in the upper left corner, you'll see the little menu area of your Shortcuts app. And so you can create your own folders. I have some that I've created, one called My Shortcuts, another one called Easy Shortcuts for Seniors, which is some of the shortcuts I'm going to share today. And you can create a folder by just tapping on the plus sign, giving the folder a name. You can even choose an icon for that folder, and then you would just tap Add to move a shortcut from one folder to another. So if I come into all my shortcuts and I just grab a shortcut, I can drag it over and drop it into a folder that I created, and then that shortcut will be added to that folder. So that's how to use this sidebar in the Shortcuts app. The first shortcut we're going to create is going to allow you to silence your phone in a particular situation or location. So to create the shortcut, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I want to add it to this Easy Shortcuts for Senior folder. I'm just going to click on that, and then I'm going to tap the plus sign in the upper right corner, and it brings me into the action menu for the shortcuts. So the first thing I want to do is locate the Do Not Disturb action I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in Do Not Disturb, and it comes up by setting a focus, because Do Not Disturb is part of the focuses in or on your Apple iPhone. Now, to bring the action over to this menu, I just drag it. I pull it and I drag it over. And now it says turn Do Not Disturb off. Well, I want to turn it on, so I'm going to click on that. And when I do, it says turn Do Not Disturb on. And then it says until, and if I leave it as it is, meaning until I turn it off. But I don't want that to happen. I want it to turn off automatically when I leave a location. So I'm going to tap on Turn Off, and you'll see you have a few options. I can do it based on time. I can turn it off when I leave a location or when an event ends, or I can ask each time. But we want this to be automated, so we want it to turn off when I leave a location. So I'm going to tap on I leave, and we've just created our first shortcut. But we want to give that shortcut a name. So up here where it says set focus, because it named it after the action we used, hit the little down arrow, tap on rename, and I'm just going to tap in DND for do not disturb until I leave. And so that is going to be the new name. I can also give this an icon. I can choose an icon. So I'm going to tap choose icon. I'm going to also choose a color. So I'm going to choose purple. And then I am going to look for, I'm going to use just the car location. So like basically it'll kind of remind me that when I get in my car and leave a location, it's going to turn off do not disturb. So now we have our shortcut ready to go. And so how do you trigger that shortcut? Well, a couple of ways. You could come in to the Focused app. Let me come back to the shortcuts area so here it is. I could come in here and just tap on it, and that would trigger it. So if I tap on it, it's now been triggered. And you can tell it's been triggered because you're going to see the little do not disturb icon, the half moon icon up here by your battery. Or if you swipe down from the upper right corner of your screen to come into the control center, you're going to see the do not disturb icon is on there as well. So now I'm at home, and this focus will stay on until I leave. So when would you want to use something like this? Maybe at the doctor's office, maybe at the movies. So anywhere where you don't want to be disturbed, but you don't want to have to remember to turn that off when you leave. It will automatically turn off using this shortcut. So let me come back into the do not disturb. I hit the more icon. Let me show you that again. I tapped on the more icon to open the menu and the actions so that you can see them. I'm going to come over here to this I or information area. And there's a couple of ways that you can trigger this. I can add this shortcut to my home screen so I don't always have to go in to the Shortcuts app to find it. So you could on your home screen have a page that is just shortcuts that you use. So I'm going to tap add to home screen so that I can add this. It shows me a preview of it, and I'm just going to say go ahead and add. So now you'll see that shortcut has been added. So I don't have to hunt for it. I don't have to find it. I can just locate it on my home screen, tap on it, and it will trigger that shortcut. For now, I'm going to swipe down from the upper right corner of my screen, and I'm going to turn that focus mode off because I don't need that shortcut running while I'm at home. So now I've created that shortcut. I'm going to come back into the Shortcuts app and show you a couple of other features in here. You can put it in a share sheet if you want it in a share sheet. This particular shortcut I would leave as added to the home screen. You can show it on your Apple Watch, so you could trigger it from your Apple Watch if you wanted to. I'm going to tap on privacy. I'm going to leave this on to allow it running when locked. And in this setup area, I could add things here to allow anyone who's downloading this option or this shortcut to know how to use it. For right now, I'm going to leave all of that blank. And so now we've just created our first shortcut, do not disturb until I leave. And you'll find a link for this shortcut in the description of the video. The next shortcut we're going to create using a shortcut from the gallery area of the Shortcuts app, and we're going to create a quick image collage. And so it's pretty simple. We're going to search for that shortcut. I'm going to tap, there's a lot of photo shortcuts, so I'm going to type in photo, and the one I want is Photo Grid. But there's a lot of different photography shortcuts, and you can take a look at those. But for right now, I'm going to tap on Photo Grid. and it's going to ask me to add that shortcut. Well, I already have it added, but let's go ahead and add it again. So I'm going to tap add, and it's going to tell me replace or keep both. I'm just going to say go ahead and keep both for right now. And I'm going to find that under all shortcuts, and it should be the first shortcut that's located. That's the most recent. So again, I'm going to tap on this, the more icon, just to show you there's all kinds of different actions that are being used to create this shortcut. We don't need to know anything about them because we're going to use the shortcut as it is. And again, if I tap on the eye, you can add this shortcut directly to your home screen. So I'll go ahead and do that so that it's added to my home screen. And there it is. And so if I want to run this shortcut, all I have to do is tap on it. And so it's going to come in and it's going to bring me right into my photo library. And I'm going to go ahead and just choose an album and I can grab, I think up to 4 photos, maybe more, but I'm just going to grab 4. And there we go. I'm going to say add. It's going to create this I think it's going to be 4-digit collage. There it is. And you can use markup if you want to add or remove things. You can, add text or color or whatever. And then you can also come into this image area. And if you want to save this collage, you can save it to your files or to your photos. You can export it. The coolest thing, though, is you can share it. So if I tap on the share icon, now I have the option to share it in messages or mail or via AirDrop to whomever I want to. So that's a photo grid, and I find that useful for people. So that's how to create a photo grid shortcut. Let's do one more shortcut before we get on to the bonus shortcut. But in this shortcut, what I want to do is remind myself to charge my iPhone when it gets below 40%, or my iPad, it doesn't matter. So I've created a shortcut, but it isn't very useful if I have to run it automatically. It makes no sense because I would have to wait for my battery to get to 40% and then run the shortcut. We want the shortcut to tell us when our battery is below 40%. So I've already created the shortcut. Let me tap on the more icon so you can see. So basically what this shortcut's going to do is it's going to get me the device model. So it's going to tell me whether it's my iPhone or my iPad. It's also going to speak and it's going to say it's time to charge whatever the device is. The iPhone or the iPad. This will work with any of your devices. And then it's going to show an alert to me on my iPhone or iPad. It's going to say it's time to charge. So if I ran this shortcut right now, you'll see what it would look like.
To charge iPad.
So it gives me this reminder at the top of my iPad and it says it's time to charge my iPad. If I run this same shortcut on my iPhone, it's going to say it's time to charge your iPhone. So I'm going to just tap on OK. I've got the message. But I want this to run automatically, so I need to set up an automation using the shortcut reminder to charge. So let me come back into the shortcuts area and tap on automation. I'm going to tap on Create Personal Automation because that's what we need. And this time, we're going to find a battery automation. So we want to use this battery level. I'm going to tap on that. And I want this to tell me when my battery level drops below 50%. And I can change that. I can change that to 40 or to 30 or 75. I'm going to put it at 40 for right now. And I'm going to tap on Next. Well, now we need to create an action because we want this automation to run a shortcut. So I'm going to tap on Add Action, and I'm going to search for shortcuts. And I see one here. It should say Run Shortcut. There it is. and that's the action that I want to use. I want it to run a shortcut, so I'm going to tap on that. And now it's been added, and I have to tell it what shortcut to run. So I'm going to tap on shortcut, and I know that it was called Remind Me to Charge. So I'm going to tap in Remind, and there it is. I'm going to tap on Reminder to Charge, and I'm going to tap on Next. And now, when my battery level falls below 40%, it's automatically going to run this shortcut. But I don't want it to ask me every time. I just want it to run. So I'm going to turn that toggle switch off, and I'm going to say don't ask. And now I'm going to say done. And now when my battery level falls below 40%, this shortcut is going to run and notify me that my battery level is below 40 and I need to charge my device. Now, this bonus shortcut is going to allow you to run a shortcut using the share sheet option. And we are going to run this shortcut. And I'm going to tap on the more icon. And again, for the most part, you are not going to have to do anything with this except for one thing at the end where it says Books 2023. You're going to have to add this into your Notes app. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with this. So let's come into the Notes app, and you're going to see that I have created a folder called Books I've Read. So that's the first thing you need to do is create a new folder by coming down to the lower left corner and create a folder called Books I've Read. And then inside that, I created a note for 2023, and I've already created a note for 2024, even though there's nothing in there. But these are the books I've started to read in 2023. So now I want to show you how to use this shortcut to get your books into this folder. And what it does is it gives you a link to these books so that if you click on this link, it's going to take you to the Amazon web page of this book. Do you need to buy the book on Amazon? No. You can be using a hardback, a paperback, a Kindle book. It doesn't matter. All this is going to do is give you a link to the books you've read so that if you want to go back and look at them again and read the descriptions, you'll find it all on Amazon. So let me show you how it works. So first things first, create a folder, and inside that folder, create a note that says Books 2023. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and create another note and call this one Books 2025. And so now I have 3 notes created in there already ahead of time. And now I need to come back into the Shortcuts app and make sure that you change this to tap on that. And you want to make sure that you choose this particular note. So in this case, right now we're on 2023, so I want to choose this particular note. Next year, you'll come back into this same shortcut and just change this to Books 2024. And then the following year, you'll change it to Books 2025. So now let me show you how simple this is and how it works. So if I go to Amazon, so I'm going to open and I'm going to go to Amazon. And I'm just going to grab a book that I have here and I'm going to choose the share sheet here. And when I do, I'm going to find the name of that shortcut, which is Books I've Read. So let me find that. There it is, Books I've Read. And if I tap on that, the shortcut is going to run. The first time you run it, it's going to ask you for permissions. And if it does, say allow. And at the second permission, say allow. Now, if I come back into the Notes app and go to 2023, there's that book that I just added. last one to know. I usually just come in here and separate them a little bit so that I can see them easier. And if I wanted to get back to that book, I would just tap on it and it'll immediately take me to that web page. So all you're doing is using Amazon to link to the book that you've read. It's not that you have to purchase it from there. It doesn't matter. You can read a paperback. It makes no difference. But you're using this to keep track of all of the books that you've read. So that's it. That's, you just want to come in and create a folder called Books I've Read, and then the notes will be the years of the books that you're reading. And so right now we're on 2023, so those are listed there. And in the Shortcuts app, all you have to do is come into the Books I've Read by tapping on the More icon, and then at the bottom, just changing this, tap on it, and then choose the note that you want it to connect to. So this year I choose Books 2023, and it will be added to that year. So that's how to keep track of all of your books. One thing I want to add to this bonus shortcut is that, as you can see, it says here I have the toggle switch turned on for Show and Share Sheet because the only way for this shortcut to run is to run it from the Amazon page. So you have to go to your book first on Amazon, tap on the share icon, and then choose the shortcut to run. And that's how you add it to your Notes app. But you must have the share sheet toggled on. There's a link for this particular shortcut in the video description, and all you'll need to do is link it to the book and the note that you created in the Notes app, and then use the share sheet to add your book. One more thing, I know this is getting a little long, but I want to show you how to delete a shortcut. If you push and hold on any shortcut, you can go ahead and tap on delete this shortcut. Your other option to make sure that all of your shortcuts are synced on all of your devices is to come into the Settings app and then scroll down until you see Shortcuts. Tap on that, toggle on the switch that says iCloud Sync. And one more thing to check is to tap on your name at the top, tap on iCloud, tap on Show All, and then scroll down until you see Shortcuts and make sure that toggle switch is turned on and all of your shortcuts will be synced across all of your devices. Shortcuts are fun and can prove useful in your everyday life. Let me know if you're using shortcuts or if you find the shortcuts that I gave you useful. Let me know in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.